congrats, we're back with some more Buffalo Sabres franchise mode in FHM 12. And in this one, we have the Year 8 playoffs with your Buffalo Sabres who went 64, 16, and 4 during the regular season. So looking forward to this one, starting out against the 42, 39, and 3 New Jersey Devils. Let's get right into it. So here we go. Game number 1 against New Jersey. That will be a 4-1 Buffalo victory. All right, there you go. Solid first game. Shots are 52-27. 3 stars of the game are Ufko, Misek, and Stenberg. First period, Nuchev with a goal from Misek and Stenberg to make it 1-0. And then it's Misek from Stenberg to make it 2-0. Second period, Sean Barnhill with a goal from New Jersey to make it 2-1. But then in the third period, it's Zach Benson with a goal from Ufko and Osland. And then it's Pettersson with the empty net from Ufko and Ellefson to make it a 4-1 victory in game number 1. All right, here we go. Game number 2 will be a 5-4 Buffalo victory. All right, it was a bit closer this time, but still a win is a win. Shots are 49-33 in favor of Buffalo. 3 stars of the game are Benson, Pastuyov, and Osland. First period, Jack Hughes with the goal gets things started for New Jersey, makes it 1-0, but then it's Benson to make it tied at 1 from Eklund Asp and Aram Olsen. And then a few minutes later, you have Tage Thompson with a goal from Faber and Osland to make it 2-1 heading into the second period, whereas Jack Hughes with the second of the game to make it 2-2. Third period, you have Stenberg with a goal from Nuchev and Romanov to make it 3-2, but then it's Brunet and Fitzhenry for the Devils to make it 4-3 in the third period. But then late in the third period, it's Zach Benson from Aram Olsen and Osland to make it tied at 4, and we head to overtime where Noah Osland gets the goal to win it from Benson and Dahlin. So we have a 2-0 lead in the series. All right, here we go. Game number 3 will be a 4-3 Buffalo victory. All right, so another 1-goal game, but we come out on top. Shots are 37-26 in favor of Buffalo. 3 stars of the game are Benson, Brunet, and Thompson. First period, no scoring. Second period, Zach Benson with back-to-back goals. The first from Aram Olsen and Morrow. The second from Eklund Asp and Ellefson. And then you have Artamanov with the goal for New Jersey to make it 2-1. And then Brunet with the goal makes it 2-2 before the start of the third period, where Nolan Fitzhenry puts the Devils up by 1. And then it's Tage Thompson on the power play near the end of the period from Morrow and Nuchev to make it tied at 3 heading into overtime, where Tage Thompson, the veteran, gets it done from Ufko and Eklund Asp, and that will be a 3-0 series lead. Oh boy, Noah Osland injured, and it does not look good. Okay, 1 to 2 weeks. It's not as bad as it could be, right? So he's probably going to be out for the rest of the round, but we may see him for maybe halfway through round number 2, right? So here we go into game number 4. We are going into it as this is an elimination game. Let's start the simulation. Come on, Buffalo. Get that first goal. Get that first goal. There it is. Nice. All right, so we lead 1-0 early in the first period, and that's a goal by Ryan Ufko, his first of the playoffs, from Skarepa and Thompson. Let's continue the simulation, and we have another goal here. Looks like it's going to be the Devils. Unfortunately, yep. So that's a 1-1 tie now. Will Coyley, our former player, comes back to bite us, and that'll be the end of the first. We are tied at 1 heading into the second period. And we have a goal here. Looks like it's going to be New Jersey, unless we can get a turnover here, or nope, doesn't look like it's going to happen. That's going to be a goal for the Devils, and they're up 2-1. It's Shane Wright with the goal. Come on, guys. Come on, Buffalo. Oh, boy. I don't like the look of this. Yep, that's going to be a goal for New Jersey, and that is now 3-1 with 1 second remaining in the second period. Jeez. They go by Dominic Bertus, and we go into the third period down by 2. Come on, Buffalo. Get one back. Get one back. 45. Shoot it. Nice. All right. We're back within 1. So that's Misek with his second of the playoffs from Nuchev and Evans. Come on, guys. Give me one more. Give me one more, Buffalo. 68. Come on, Stenberg. Come on. Nice. All right. We're tied at 3. That's Stenberg with a goal from Aram Olsen and Ufko. Come on, guys. Oh, boy. We're heading to overtime. This is for round number 2. We're going to a second overtime. Here it is. Who's it going to be? It looks like it's going to be the Devils. Yep. Unfortunate. So we drop game number 4. Goal by Jack Hughes. That is his third of the series from Artamanov and Barnhill. They live to fight another day. Shots are 47-33, so we outshot them once again. We've been out shooting them every single game so far in this series, but they got their 1 victory here. 3 stars of the game are Barnhill, Ufko, and Coyley. All right, here we go. Elimination game number 5. Let's not let them get back into this. All right, that's a scoreless first period. I'll take it. They're out shooting us, though. 14-7. Oh, boy. Jack Hughes with the puck. 17. That's going to be a New Jersey goal. Don't like to see it. Logan Mayo with the goal. Makes it 1-0. Come on, Buffalo. Get the next one. Get the next one, Buffalo. Oh, that's icing. Okay, we're in the defensive zone. Not looking good. Yep. Yeah, that's going to be another face-off. And now it's a New Jersey goal, and we're down 2-0. Come on, guys. Svechkov with the goal halfway through the second period. And do we have a goal to end the second period here? It looks like it, and it is going to be a Buffalo goal. All right. I will take it. We're back within one. Nuchev with a goal from Eklund Aspen Morrow. Cuts the lead in half. And we're heading the third period down by 1. Oh boy. New Jersey with the puck. And that will be a goal for New Jersey. Callan Lind with the goal. Makes it 3-1. What's going on now? Come on, Buffalo. Come on, Buffalo. Nice. All right. I'll take it. Now 3-2. Halfway through the third period. Need to get one more at least. And Brock Faber from Evans and Pedersen. That was on the penalty kill as well. Come on. Late goal. Late goal, Buffalo. Come on. Come on, Buffalo. Please. 45. Nice. All right. So I believe that is Misek with the goal with 3:14 remaining in the third period. Yes, indeed. Misek with his third of the playoffs from Eklund Asp. And we are headed to overtime. Very nice. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? All right. We have a goal. 8. Buffalo. Come on. Yes, let's go. All right, we're advancing to the second round. Very nicely done. Rihards Griva with the goal, his first of the playoffs from Pedersen and Romanov. Shots of 39-37, this time in favor of New Jersey. 3 stars of the game are Pedersen, Hughes, and Morrow. All right, here we go. Our opponent for the second round will be the 58, 15, and 11 Ottawa Senators. So the second place team in the Eastern Conference, and I believe also in the league. So yeah, this is going to be one heck of a battle here. Here we go into game number 1, sim game. That will be a 5-1 Buffalo victory. Let's go. Shots are 36-22 in favor of Buffalo. 3 stars of the game are Hellenius, Nuchev, and Eklund Asp. First period, no scoring. Second period, Nuchev with the goal. Gets us started from Misek and Eklund Asp. Then you have Haltunen with the goal for Ottawa to make it 1-1. Heading into the third period where it's all Buffalo as Helge Pedersen with the goal short-handed from Hellenius and Stenberg makes it 2-1. Then you have Benson from Stenberg and Aram Olsen, Hellenius from Eklund Asp and Nuchev, and then Oslin from Ufko and Faber makes it the 5-1 victory. All right, game number 2 will be a 6-2 Buffalo victory. Let's go. Shots are 26-23 in favor of Buffalo. 3 stars of the game are Dahlin with 4 assists, or 4 points rather. Then you have Nuchev and Eklund Asp as well. First period, you have Eklund Asp with the goal from Nuchev and Faber to make it 1-0. Second period, you have Eklund Asp with the goal from Misek and Dahlin, and then Dahlin from Benson and Pedersen, and then Hellenius from Dahlin and Ufko to make it 4-0 before Ottawa gets their first halfway through from Carbonneau unassisted to make it 4-1. And then you have Nuchev from Eklund Asp and Aram Olsen making it 5-1 late in the period. Heading into the third, you have Tage Thompson in the power play early in the period from Dahlin and Nuchev to make it 6-1, and then Berglund with the last goal of the game to make it 6-2 score and a 2-0 Buffalo lead in the series. All right, here we go. Game number 3 will be a 3-0 Ottawa victory this time. Shots are 24-20 in favor of Ottawa. 3 stars of the game are Ryabkin, Heiskanen, and Vanacker. First period, Heiskanen with the goal. Makes it 1-0, and that's Berglund on the power play to make it 2-0, and then Vanacker makes it 3-0, and that is all the scoring of the game. And we head to a game number 4, still up 2-1 of the series. All right, here we go. Game number 4 will be a 4-2 Ottawa victory. We are tied at 2 in the series. Shots are 30-26 in favor of Ottawa. 3 stars of the game are Dursey, Morrow, and Svechnikov. First period, Berglund and Latakainen with the goals makes it 2-0 Ottawa after 1. In the second period, you have Morrow with our first of the game from Misek and Eklund Asp to make it 2-1, but then it's Vanek and Slavkovsky for Ottawa to make it 4-1. Heading into the third period where it's Hellenius from Griva and Ellefson to make it a 4-2 game, but unfortunately we get the loss, and we are now tied at 2 in the series. All right, pivotal game number 5. What will it be? It'll be a 6-4 Buffalo victory. All right, I will take it. Shots are 39-24 in favor of Buffalo. 3 stars of the game are Nuchev, Ryabkin, and Evans. First period, Ufko gets the first goal of the game from Ostlund and Thompson to make it 1-0. Then it's Ryabkin unassisted to make it 1-1. But then it's Misik from Ellefson and Evans. Then you have Eklund Asp unassisted. And then Evans from Nuchev and Misik to make it 4-1. And then heading in the second period, you have Ryabkin with the goal to make it 4-2. But in the third period, you have Jack Berglund to make it 4-3, makes it interesting. And then Eklund Asp with the goal from Dahlin and Nuchev gets one back to make it 5-3. And then Latakainen makes it 5-4. But then Stenberg in the final minute from Benson and Misik makes it a 6-4 victory, and we are up 3-2 in the series. All right, elimination game number 6 versus Ottawa. Let's go into it. Come on, Buffalo. We have a offensive zone draw here, and is that going to be a goal? Not quite. There's another face-off, but it looks like this is going to be a Buffalo goal. Yes, indeed. Very nice. The goal by Stenberg from Benson and Faber makes it 1-0. And we have another one here. Looks like it's going to be Ottawa this time. Come on, guys. Yup. That's going to be an Ottawa goal. Slavkovsky with the goal makes it 1-1. And that's the end of the first. Heading to the second, tied at 1. We have a goal. Come on, Buffalo. 6:45, 3. Nice. All right. We're up 2-1. Let's keep it that way. Axel Ellefson with the goal from Misik and Benson. What's going on here? Everyone's moving so slowly. And that was quite possibly the quickest transition between slow and very fast that I've ever seen. Nonetheless, that is an Ottawa goal for Berglund to make it tied at 2. And that is it for the second period. We head into the third, tied at 2. Oh, come on, guys. Defensive zone draw. Get it out. Get it out. Nope, that's going to be an Ottawa goal. Marco Kasper with the goal. Makes it 3-2. Give me a late one. Nope, it's not going to happen. And Ottawa wins 3-2. We go to a game 7. Shots are 30-26 in favor of Ottawa. 3 stars a game are Svechnikov, Benson, and Carbonneau. All right, here we go. Elimination game number 7. We're going right into it. And it looks like we have a goal right off the bat here. And he scores. Very nice. All right, so taking an early lead. Yes, indeed, that is Ostlund from Faber and Dahlin to make it 1-0 30 seconds in. And we have another goal. Looks like it's going to be Ottawa as they're in the offensive zone. And yes, indeed, we are now tied at 1. Rubrik with a goal to make it 1-1. And we're heading in the second period, tied at 1. Come on, Buffalo. Come on, Buffalo. Come on. Keep it in. Keep it in. Keep it in. Yep. Nice. Good job. Yes, let's go. Patterson with the goal from Dahlin and Hellenius. We're up 2-1 early in the second period. Let's keep it that way. Back to the point for 26. Come on. Let's go. We're up 3-1 with a 1:08 remaining in the second period. Stenberg with a goal from Dahlin and Ostlund. And we're heading to the third period. Come on, Buffalo. Give me one more. Give me one more. Let's go. All right. Looks like we have I won't say we have this game in the bag, but we have a very solid cushion here in the third period. Scott Moore with a goal from Ostlund and Romanov. Come on, guys. Hold it down. Hold it down. Nice. All right. So we are headed off to the third round after beating the Ottawa Senators, who are the second best team in the league, at least in terms of regular season record. And remember, we lost to them last year in the second round. So, that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. Shots are 33-28 in favor of Ottawa. 3 stars a game are Dahlin, Levi, and Ostlund. Levi with a .970 save percentage. And now in the third round, we will be facing the 52, 26, and 6 Carolina Hurricanes. All right, here we go. Game number 1 against Carolina will be a 3-2 Carolina victory. Shots are 27-24 in favor of Carolina. 3 stars a game are Hughes, Ostlund, and Iginla. So first period, Luis Oscar Hollowaychuk gets the goal for Carolina, make it 1-0. Second period, TJ Iginla with the goal. Makes it 2-0, but then it's Riker Evans with our first of the game from Stenberg to make it 2-1, heading into the third, where it's Luke Hughes with the goal on the power play to make it 3-1, but then it's Ostlund short-handed from Misik and Dahlin to make it 3-2, but it was not enough, and Carolina takes a 1-0 lead in the series. All right, here we go. Game number 2, don't fall down 2-0, and that will be a 3-2 Carolina victory. Shots are 30-25 in favor of Carolina. 3 stars a game are Hughes, Nuchev, and Juricek. First period, we score first. Nuchev from Ufko makes it 1-0. But then in the second period, you have back-to-back-to-back Carolina goals from Florent, Hage, and Bear to make it 3-1. Then in the third period, you have Morrow on the power play from Aram Olsen and Nuchev to make it 3-2. But once again, not enough, and we go down 2-0 in the series. All right, game number 3. Get back in this, Buffalo. Get back in this, Buffalo. All right, there you go. 5-4 victory. It wasn't a pretty one, but it was a victory nonetheless, as the shots are only 22-20, so a very high-scoring game with low shot totals. 3 stars of the game are Morrow, Juricek, and Thompson. First period, Eklund Asp with the goal from Thompson and Faber to make it 1-0. Then you have Rossi with the goal for Carolina to make it 1-1. Second period, Carolina with back-to-back goals from Florent and Moore to make it 3-1. But then it's Aram Olsen from Ufko and Evans to make it 3-2. But then it's TJ Ginla with the unassisted goal late in the period to make it 4-2, heading into the third, where it's Nuchev early in the period to get things started from Morrow and Ufko to make it 4-3. Thompson from Morrow and Griva to make it 4-4. And then Misek with the late dagger with 8 seconds left from Pedersen and Benson to make it a 5-4 victory. Let's go. So we're back in this series. All right, here we go. Game number 4. Stay in at Buffalo. And that'll be a 6-2 Buffalo victory. All right, let's go. We're tied at 2 in the series. Shots are 24-21 in favor of Carolina. 3 stars of the game are Romanov, Morrow, and Stenberg. First period, Stenberg with a goal from Aram Olsen and Griva makes it 1-0. Second period, you have Pedersen with a goal from Faber and Misek to make it 2-0. And then Oslin with a goal unassisted makes it 3-0. Then you have William Moore with Carolina's first goal of the game to make it 3-1. Then you have Misek with a goal from Benson and Morrow to make it 4-1. Heading to the third period, where it's Benson from Romanov and Helenius to make it 5-1. Stenberg from Romanov and Morrow to make it 6-1. But then it's Saleh for Carolina to make it a 6-2 game. And that will be a victory for us. And we are now tied at 2 in the series. All right, here we go. Pivotal game number 5 will be a 2-1 Carolina victory. The away team has won every game so far. And hopefully that trend does not continue. Shots are 26-20 in favor of Buffalo. 3 stars of the game are Saleh, Evans, and Rossi. First period, no scoring. Second period, Saleh with the first goal of the game to make it 1-0 Carolina. But then it's Thompson late in the period from Evans and Misek to make it 1-1. Third period, Rossi with the goal makes it a 2-1 victory for Carolina. Come on, guys. Elimination game number 6. We got to win this one to go to 7. We have our first of the game. Is it going to be Buffalo? Is it going to be your Buffalo Sabres? Yes, it will be. Very nice. So we get off to a good start. And that's the goal for Eklund Asp from Benson and Ellefson. And we're heading in the second period up by 1. We have another goal here. But looks like it's going to be Carolina. Yep. So we're now tied at 1. Marco Rossi with the goal early in the second period. Come on, guys. Steal it back. No, that's going to be a Carolina goal. They're up 2-1. Carter Bear with the goal. Come on, guys. Get it back. Get out of the zone. 3-1 Carolina. And that'll be TJ Ginla with the goal late in the second period. And we're down by 2 heading into the third. Come on, Buffalo. Early goal here. Come on, Buffalo. Boy, it's not happening, is it? All right. I mean, we got one. It's now 3-2 with 1:15 remaining. That's not a lot of time, but it's still something. What is number 3 doing there? He was in the middle of all the Carolina players there. You have Misek with the unassisted goal. Gets us within 1. Come on, Buffalo. Yeah, not going to happen. And we are out. Unfortunate. Shots are 25-23 in favor of Buffalo. 3 stars game are Larson, Eklund Asp, and Cleveland. So now before we advance to see who wins the Stanley Cup, let's take a look at the playoff stats. You have Misek leading the way with 17 points in 18 games played. Then you have Benson and Eklund Asp with 15. Nuchev with 15 as well. Stenberg with 12. Oslin and Ufko with 11. Morrow and Dahlin with 10. Thompson and Aram Olsen with 9. So Thompson's last season here with us more than likely ends in disappointment, unfortunately. So we tried to get him that last Stanley Cup, but just was not meant to be, it seems. So Tage Thompson has very likely played his last game as a Buffalo Sabre, at least for the foreseeable future. Then you have Pedersen and Faber with 8 points, Evans with 7, Helenius and Ellefson with 6, Romanov with 5, Griva with 4, and Scareppa with 1 in 4 games played. And then in goal, you have Levi in 18 games played with an 898 save percentage. So not great. He had some good games in there, like game number 1 against New Jersey. That was a 963 save percentage, a 923 save percentage in the last game against New Jersey, a 955, 913, 970 against Ottawa as well. Yeah, a 917 against Carolina that one game. But for the most part, you're seeing a lot of 800s in here, unfortunately. You're seeing 879, 885, 879, and then 875, 867, 833, 889. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Very unfortunate performance from Devin Levi. So I guess with that being done, we will advance and see who wins the Stanley Cup. And their 2032-33 Stanley Cup champions are indeed the Carolina Hurricanes. This is their second Stanley Cup, their first since 2006. They went through Washington, Montreal, your Buffalo Sabres, and the Chicago Blackhawks in a sweep. So I guess we'll check out the Hurricanes roster, see what they're all about, see how they won. Of course, you have Luke Hughes, you have Rossi, Moore, Nye, Zaginla, Villeneuve, Bear, Hage. Yeah, it just looks like a pretty deep team. No star power necessarily, but pretty deep here in Carolina. Let's see their stats. You have Nye's leading the way in points with 77. And then in goal, you have a .907 save percentage for Augustine during the regular season. And then Augustine during the playoffs only had a .902 and 3 shutouts. So there you go. There's Carolina's roster. And yeah, just checking one more time. We're not going to be able to sign Thompson. 11.2 for 1 year. It's not happening. He's unfortunately going to have to be released. Definitely not going to be able to afford that after some of the extensions that we've given out. Oh boy, UFCO wants 6.7, effectively 6.8 for 6 years at 30 years of age. I don't think we're going to be able to do that. Not only has he switched to center, I was hoping he would stay on D, but he's switched to center now, which he's not really much of a face-off taker. I mean, I would love to have him, but he's just not in the position that I would like him to be at this point. I mean, apparently he's got a 17 counter-attacking forward rating, so I guess he is good at forward, but I wouldn't have him at center for sure. I don't know if we can, regardless, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to afford to keep him around. Faber wants 5.8 for 3 years and a no-trade clause. I mean, that's not bad for Faber. What does Romanov want? 5.5 for 2 years. That's not that bad either. Faber last year had 30 points in 84 games played, 65 grade. Yeah, I think I want to re-sign Faber here. And I managed to get him down to 5.37 for 3 years and a no-trade clause. And I think I will re-sign Romanov as well. And I was able to get him down to 5.36 for 2 years. Uh-oh. Riker Evans has the bug again. It seems his renewed contract is set for $0. So I guess I'm going to have to probably drop him and then re-sign him. The same thing we did last time we were forced to re-sign him. All right, here we go. Time for the awards. For the Ted Lindsay, you have Jack Hughes of the Devils. He had 50 goals and 33 assists this year for 83 points. For the Art Ross and Maurice Richard, it is Austin Matthews, 35 years of age at this point, 59 goals on the season and 86 points. For the Lady Bing, it is Oscar Fisker Malgard of the Rangers. He had 22 goals, 52 points. For the Bill Masterton, it is Marco Rossi of Carolina. He had 34 goals, 60 points this year. For the Mark Messier Leadership Award is Nikita R. Tamanov of the Devils, and he is not an alternate captain. He had 23 goals and 49 points this year. And then for the Jennings, you have Yaroslav Askarov of Ottawa with a .915 save percentage in 66 games played. Yeah, 11 shutouts as well, geez. And for the heart between Austin Matthews, Rasmus Dahlin, and Jack Hughes, it is Jack Hughes with 83 points on the season. For the Conn Smythe, it is Luke Hughes of the Carolina Hurricanes now with 18 points in 21 games played. For the Calder between Ethan Sata, Carter Moen, and Steve Saban, it is Steve Saban of Minnesota with 44 points. For the Norris between Sean Dursey, Bowen Byram, and Luke Hughes, it is Bowen Byram of the New York Rangers, so a former Buffalo Sabre who we traded to the Blackhawks, but it looks like they traded him to the Rangers. And for the Selkie between Dawson Mercer, Nathan Gaucher, and Ethan Sata, it is Nathan Gaucher of the LA Kings, 36 points. For the Vezina between Jake Oettinger, Yaroslav Askarov, and Hampton Slakinski, it is Hampton Slakinski of the LA Kings with 10 shutouts and a .921 save percentage. For the GM of the Year between Sean Horkoff, Daniel Briere, and Eric Joyce, it is Daniel Briere of Minnesota. And for the Jack Adams between John Hines, Ken Sterling, and Spencer Carberry of your Buffalo Sabres, it is John Hines of Minnesota. All right, we're on June 23rd. Let's sign some prospects here. So we'll sort by signing deadline. And it looks like you have Rudiman. I will sign Rudiman. Really, the only guy I'm interested in here with the signing deadline coming up this year is Rudiman because everybody else here is 24 or older. So I think I'll just sign Adrian Rudiman. But I think I also might sign Linus Holmberg because he's 19. We drafted him last year. He's already up to a 2.5-star talent, at least according to the team scouting. The consensus is only a 1.5 star. I really like that physical category with Holmberg. He's already up to an 18 speed. He could easily be a very fast, effective player for the bottom 6. Getting opens at 18, offensive reads at 15, puck handlings at 17, shooting accuracies at 17, defensive reads at 17. I think if his positioning was just a bit better, I would definitely sign him. But even still, I may sign him regardless because he's looking pretty good at this point. Last year in the KHL, he had 38 points in 68 games played, 65 grade. I may have to consider it because you do have Thompson on the way out, right? So, I mean, I doubt he would make the same impact as Thompson, right? But I think maybe if he's used power play and third line role, he could be some decent depth scoring for us. So, yeah, sure. Let's sign Linus Holmberg here. And then I guess there's also Bartos to consider, but his physical ratings are kind of not really where they need to be, especially strength at 11. I mean, he had 36 points in the KHL last year in 67 games played, 68 grades. So he's basically, in terms of points, he was on par with Holmberg, but I'm not sure if he would fit into the lineup. I mean, he's apparently, according to our depth chart, he's better than Odafriovic. And then we're going to be releasing Ufko because he's going to be costing too much. So maybe you get Bartos in the fourth line, but he's not really built for a fourth line checking role is the problem. You know what? Let's sign him anyway. We could always send him to the AHL, and if it doesn't work out there, we could always send him back to the KHL on a loan. So we will also offer Bartos. So I think with that being done, we can advance to July 1st. All right, here's our season summary for the 2032-33 season. We reached the playoffs at a winning season, a winning percentage of .600 or better. We finished first and met our objective. Total season score of 36. Total career score so far of 243. And I'll keep working on tactics and motivation. All right, well, on July 1st, let's take a look at our roster, see what we need. We have 2 goaltenders. On defense, you have, it looks like that is 8. Englund is number 7. And yeah, Evans is, he is indeed glitched there. So we're going to have to do something about that. And then forward-wise, you have 3, 6, 9 is Hellenius, 12 is Skoruppa, Holmberg 13, Onofriovic, and Bartos. So numbers-wise, we're good. I think we could just take this team into year number 9 and see what happens because this is obviously still a very good team. And I don't think there's any glaring holes here, so we may as well, right? So I think with that being said, we're going to wrap things up here, but not before I thank the channel members. Thank you guys so much for all your support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.